Hi! I hope some of you are here or coming in, or I thought I would say hello. I'm just going to check Facebook quick. I'm on a couple minutes early. Hi, Guy, if you're back. Okay. So I tried to use my fancy camera and it started really hassling me. So I figured rather than have it crash on us, which would be bad, I would use my regular, not so fancy camera. So I hope you can make it tonight. I'm very excited to be here. Okay, here we go. Hi from Ireland. Hi, Erin. I'm excited you're here. You're up late. Well, I'm glad you could make it. I don't think you've made it to one of my videos before, so I'm very happy that you're here. And tonight we're really going to focus on relaxation. Hi, Tom. I'm so glad that you're here. I was hoping you would make it. And I know Guy will be back, so I'll ramble for a little bit until Guy comes in. And then we'll do a nice meditation. And maybe I'll pick some cards for people if they would like it. Hi, Jacqueline, you made it. Yay, I'm so excited. So I hope you guys have been having a great week. I'm actually doing great because I have a 3-day weekend, which I very rarely get. But I've been putting in a lot of overtime for other people. A new policy they instituted at my job is that if you want to take a day off, you have to try and get another editor to cover for you. It's totally ridiculous. But it means that when they ask me for extra time, when the management asks me for extra time, I say no. And I save it and I give it to other editors. So I've been doing a lot of overtime for editors on the weekend so they could have time off. But this weekend I didn't because I'm going to work next Saturday for somebody. So I'm already going to be working a full week next week, even with Monday off. So it means for those of you in the UK, bless you, first of all. Yeah, I would love to hear your input. I've been kind of checking things out on Facebook to see how you guys are reacting to everything. But here it is, a holiday on Monday, as I'm sure most of you know. So I do have a 3-day weekend, and actually it's very nice because right near where we live, there's a outdoor theater and a big carillon, and they do a big 4th of July ceremony, and it's about, a 3-minute walk away from my house. So the only bad thing is you can't leave the neighborhood, because if you leave the neighborhood, you won't be able to park anywhere near your house. So I just have to make sure I'm like home by 3 in the afternoon before it all starts. But there's fireworks, and I can kind of see them from my house. But if I walk down a little bit, I can really see them. I have not heard from Katie. I've seen she's been putting posts up on, up on Facebook, but it is Canada Day. So I think they've got a big holiday today. So, but yeah, I think she's just been crazy busy. I'm going to reach out to her and see how she's doing. There's a few of us McFreaks that I haven't heard from much lately. And I know it's usually just because life has gotten busy. That's the way life is. So, but I do like to check in on people and see how they're doing. So yeah, I'm sure Katie's having a good evening. I hope so for her sake. So that's what I will be doing on Monday. Actually, we probably won't do anything because my son still goes to bed early. So we usually sit on our porch and watch what fireworks we can, because he's usually in bed. Last year he stayed up for part of the fireworks, so we'll see if he can stay up this year. But yeah, I'm missing Katie myself. So if you guys want to reach out to her and say hello, I'm sure she would appreciate it. But I'm glad for those of you who are here. And so I had a lovely night. My husband and I went out on a date because Friday night, one of the reasons I tend to do these on Friday night is because my parents take my son on Friday night usually. So he's over there and we have a date night, and we went to a very lovely wine bistro, had some lovely wine. So hot date, and wrap it up with a live video. It's kind of what you get after 28 years with somebody. He's downstairs rehearsing, so he doesn't care. But we at least got to go out to dinner together, which was very nice. So I actually was putting this up on Facebook. So many of you guys know I've been really trying to kind of grow this business and work on my website and all of that. And I'm really feeling like, and I'll tell you kind of what spurred this is I've been on Reddit a lot more. So I used to be on Reddit years ago, and I used to really focus on the ASMR group on Reddit. I don't love the ASMR group on Reddit. I'm sorry if some of you are on there, and maybe I haven't delved deep enough, but yeah, I'm a huge fan. It seems like the kind of slightly different posts that I put on there, and I usually don't post my own stuff. I post other people's stuff on there, but they're ASMR artists that I love. They don't get much attention on there. It's usually the really popular people who already get tons of attention. So for me, I can already find those people. Those videos are really popular. I'm kind of looking for things that are out of the ordinary, and when I post them, at least people aren't too into them. So if those of you are on the ASMR Reddit subreddit and love it and I'm missing something, tell me, because I'm definitely not ruling it out. But I have been going on I am and I've been putting up I am a relaxation specialist. And the first time I did it, I got a crazy amount of questions that I got to respond to, which I really, really love. I mean, that's the counselor in me. So I got to, it's interesting to me because having worked with relaxation and stress reduction for so long, a lot of things seem really obvious to me because I've been reading them for so long. So Guy, like, you read the post that I put up and you said you had read most of the things that are in there. And again, it's not rocket science. A lot of it has already been posted, but I was really surprised by this Reddit, how a lot of that basic information is not always known by everybody. Especially people who haven't done a lot of research into insomnia or stress reduction. And so through doing a few of those, it's the I'm a relaxation specialist, ask me anything. I've done a few of those now. And I feel like they've been really helpful to people, I think. And it makes me think that often I'm trying to reinvent the wheel. And that with my meditations, I'm really focusing on all of the internal mental benefits that you can get, which you can. But I think for a lot of people, it's really just about relaxation. And the mental kind of ideas and support that you can get through meditation is a bonus, but it's not the original goal. The original goal is really relaxation. So I'm wondering if I should really return to my roots a little bit and focus more on the relaxation, because I think that's really what a lot of people are looking for. And I think obviously the extra guidance that you can get from meditation and things like that are really important, but I totally agree that you almost can't get there until you've gotten relaxed and until you've reduced your stress a little bit enough to open yourself up to it. So yeah, so I think I'm going to focus on that a little bit more and see if that's what people seem to enjoy. So I'm always going to check in with you and see what I can do for you. And whatever it is, I'm going to, if I can, and if it's within my genre, I'm going to try to give you guys as much as I can. So thank you. And thanks to those of you on Patreon. I really appreciate it. I'm going to start doing the private videos that I do on there this week. Again, it'll depend on how quiet my house is with everybody home. But so with that, I think I am going to really jump right into the meditation. If you're on here for the first time, or if you're returning, oh, sorry for that noise, please do introduce yourself. I'd love to know who you are. And I am going to start by spraying with bergamot and do a little bit more of a ritual tonight, just to reduce stress and to help us get into a bit of a meditative state. So what I will say is, if you are relatively new to meditation, take whatever you get. Meditation is a skill that you learn over time. So if you don't get a lot in terms of pictures or words the first time, that's okay. Take whatever you get. It will get easier, and you will start to see more and more, as you can probably find out from some of the people who are in here. And again, even if just you relax a little bit, that's step number one. So that's perfectly fine. If you don't see anything, but you just relax, that's lovely. So I want us to circle the energy. We have a nice little group here tonight. Some of you I know, some of you are new, like Erin, and some of you are lurking, and I don't know your names. So especially if you would like a card pulled for you tonight, let me know who you are. And we're just going to circle the energy around us. We're also going to circle the energy for anyone who watches this later. And we're going to do a bit of healing energy. So surrounding our group with a white light. Take a few deep breaths with me. We're going to turn that light around us blue. And with each inhale, I want you to breathe in that peaceful, calming blue light. And with each exhale, let go of any worries of the day, any problems you may be facing, any anxieties. They will still be there if you need them when you return, but they are not needed right now. So let them go. And they may seem more manageable when you return. Okay. And now I want you to feel with the next deep breath that you pull all that blue energy in to yourself and feel it from your scalp down your face, down your throat, down your chest, and your stomach, down your legs, relaxing the muscles, relaxing your brain. Let it clear. Maybe easier said than done, but we're going to replace it with a visualization and just continue to let that all go. And close your eyes if you haven't already. And I want you to picture ahead of you a hallway. There are many doors on this hallway. And each door represents a choice that you could make. Do not feel overwhelmed. No choice is wrong, and you can always turn around and try another door. This is just a choice that you can try out this evening and see if it takes you where you need to go just for tonight. So I want you to walk down the hallway and look at each of the doors. Do they all look the same? Are some ornate? Are some plain? Do they have any numbers on them? Are they all the same color? Does anything stand out about any of the doors? You may place your hand on the door. How does it feel to you? There may be some doors that feel warm, some doors that maybe feel sticky or somehow unappealing. Other doors may make you feel excited to open them. Now I want you to pick one of the doors. No hesitation. You have done your research and it is ready to time to jump. So open the door and walk inside. What do you see ahead of you? Are you in a room or have you entered into the outside, which is possible? Are you in the world that we know, or have you entered a different realm to learn something new? And you see that one of your guides is coming towards you, so you wait for them. Your guide comes up to you as if they have been waiting a long time for you. It may be a guide you're familiar with, or it may be a new guide. It may be a human guide, maybe an animal guide. It may be another kind of creature. If it seems to be a creature that you do not believe exists, that is fine. We often learn in symbols, so what does this type of creature represent to you? It could be a character from a book, it could be a character from television or a movie, that's okay. That type of guide usually has some sort of meaning for you. What do they represent? What knowledge do they hold that you may need to learn? And they indicate that you are to follow them. Go where they lead you. It may be to part of the room, maybe to an item, or if you are outside, it may be to a new location, but follow them. See where they take you. What do they have to show you? And what does that symbolize for you? You may now ask them directly what they are trying to show you or teach you. They may ask you to do something as part of this lesson, and if you can, follow their instructions. thank your guide. You may hug them or somehow express your gratitude. And it is time to leave this place. What is it that you have learned here? Before you leave, think about the lesson that you will take away. And walk back to the door and open the door back to the hallway. And as you enter the hallway, I want you to look at the other doors and know that you may visit at any time these other choices with other lessons for you to learn. And walk back down the hallway until you begin to hear the sounds around your physical body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. And I now just want to close with another quick healing. So I want you to feel the energy coming down from above and entering your body through your crown chakra and filling your body with this silvery light. It brings you peace, and it also clears away some blockages you may be carrying, things that you no longer need, concerns that it's no longer worth worrying about, and the understanding that you are more powerful than you think. This is a good time to place your feet or your hands to the floor and send that energy back down into the earth to ground yourself and connect yourself to your physical body. If you have any food or drink, this is the time. And allow yourself to be present but still connected to all that is around you, the energies that surround you. You can be grounded and still connected to those. Hi, Beb4, and hi, Shannon. I'm so glad you made it, Shannon. I know you haven't made many lately, so I'm awfully glad you're here. That was a strange one. I usually provide more direction, as you guys know. I don't usually leave it open, but for some reason, this one was about choices, so I didn't want to limit your choices by telling you where you were. And I think we were probably all somewhere different. Jacqueline, if you want to share why that was so weird for you, I'd love to know, either in the comments or privately. Yes, this will be recorded and you'll be able to watch the whole thing. It usually takes about a half hour or a little bit less for it to fully process, but often if you don't close the link and you restart it, it will play even though it's not fully processed. You can try that. Oh, I'm glad that was interesting for you. It was interesting for me. my guides are always really supportive, and it's one of the things that really helps me with stress reduction, is that when I'm stressed out about something or worrying about something and I go into meditation, my guides are very quick to give me perspective about often how unimportant the thing I'm worrying about is. And they give me support as to, in many ways, how important I am and how I do matter and make a difference when sometimes I'm feeling very small. And sometimes that's all you need. And whether you believe that your guides are outside of you or just a part of your brain that you can't tap into, to me it doesn't really matter, because it feels outside of me. It feels as if somebody I care about is telling me that I'm important and that my feelings are important. And so that makes all the difference. Sometimes that's all you need. I'm so glad you're here too, Shannon. Oh, Jacqueline, we need to talk. Because if it helps you, I will happily do a full healing for you. I usually charge for them, but Jacqueline, we've been talking back and forth, and I know how much you struggle with pain. And if a healing video could help you, reach out to me. The doors burst into flames. Oh, wow. So maybe you don't have a lot of choices right now. Maybe you learned the lesson you needed to learn. That's interesting. Tips to meditate more easily. So here are my big tips. For me, the hardest struggle I had with meditation for a long time is I felt like I should completely shut off and it should be like a movie playing for me. And that's not the way meditation works for me. Meditation is more like, for me, is more like a daydream, or is more like when I'm reading a book and I'm creating what the vision is like in my head. So when I close my eyes, I may just see the beginnings of a path. And what I will do is say, okay, it's a path. And then I create the path, and often I kind of will create the scenery around it. I'm not real conscious about it. I don't think about it real hard, but something will usually pop into my head, like if I'm having a daydream, or like if I'm visualizing something in a book. And I do control it quite a lot. As I get deeper into the meditation, things start to come from outside of me. They don't feel like I'm controlling them. So when my guides talk to me, my guides often say things I'm not expecting. So, but that doesn't always come in the beginning. So that's the big thing is, and I think I've told this story. I've had a guide come to me and tell me his name was Merlin. I think I've mentioned this before. And I was like, really, are you kidding me? He's like, yes, my name is Merlin. And I really tried to negate it and almost be like, okay, I need a different guide. That's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. And later he changed his name, actually, but he kind of explained to me that that was the archetype I needed right then. And so I think the hardest thing with meditation is we negate what we see. We say, oh, that's from a book. Oh, that's from a movie. That's okay. What does that mean to you? That means something to you. So I don't know if that's helpful. if that makes sense to you. But yeah, and I think that's, I mean, Guy, I think you would have a much more enjoyable experience if you let it go. Because I think, especially with you, Guy, whether you believe it's from outside of you or in your brain, I think it's going to talk to you in metaphors because you know what those metaphors mean. So I wrote a blog post about this once. Like, I don't watch, I know a lot of people have had like Game of Thrones kind of archetypes they've been working with and things like that. I'm pretty old school. I don't watch TV much anymore, so I don't have that. But again, I tried to negate the Merlin guide. But I read the Crystal Cave books when I was a little kid. Merlin has a very clear character in my mind. That is a very clear archetype to me. So why wouldn't that appear? And why wouldn't something that I'm reading appear to me if there's a lesson for me to learn from that story? I think it's the negation of what we see that often prevents us from getting to the lesson or the story that we need to learn. So that's what I would say. I don't think you told me that, Jacqueline, that you were born with spina bifida. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. All I know is that we kind of chatted about you having a lot of pain, so. So, Guy, what I would say is, I mean, I can read that poem and know what that means to me, but what does it mean to you? It may mean something very different. That's a really cool poem. But it probably means something beyond just the words to you too, Guy. Yeah, I don't see it like a movie. That's just not how it works for me. And you guys know, I get really deep and I don't know what I'm going to see when I start. But I think, yeah, we keep trying to like, oh, I'm thinking of something. Let's push that away. Well, maybe that's what you need to be thinking of. Maybe that, and for me, it's very rarely like something I've been worrying about at work or with family. It's not that. And that I might kind of put to the side. But it's usually, yeah, it could be a movie, a TV show, books, things like that. And Guy, part of your lesson may be pushing through the fear. And it may be that you tend to think something more horrible is going to be behind each door. Or maybe not all the time, but sometimes. Again, sometimes those are the lessons we need to learn. And I think, guys, quite often, your lesson is going to be different. Everybody's lesson is going to be different. But I think sometimes it's not going to be in the format that I provide. That your lesson may have come in the hallway and less so wherever you went after opening that door. That's okay too. Yes, I think meditation can be huge for weight loss. And again, I mean, I know when I'm stressed, the first thing I want is a bag full of cookies. And I feel like I'm stressed out. I deserve a bag full of cookies. And the only reason I've lost weight, I've lost about 55 pounds since I was married. And I struggle to keep it off every day. I'd say that. I like to eat healthy now and I like to exercise. So that has changed, but it took a very, very long time. But being able to get your stress under control, deciding to lay down and even do 2 minutes of meditation rather than grab that bag of cookies could make a huge difference in your life. Learning to do the things that actually will cause you to feel more relaxed. Grabbing the bag of cookies will make you feel like you're treating yourself. I know for me, I'm going to just talk from my own experience. Makes me feel like I'm treating myself, makes me feel like everybody's mean to me, my life is rotten, I deserve these bag of cookies, and that'll make me feel better. And I enjoy eating them because I don't, I don't beat myself up about it, which I often do when I'm trying to lose weight, and I just let myself eat them. But I do feel bad afterwards, and honestly, they don't make me feel better. I don't feel less stressed after eating a bag of cookies. I feel stressed and full of cookies. And then sometimes even more stressed because now I have to work off this bag of cookies I just ate. So if anything, it not only does, it made me feel slightly better for the short period of time that I'm eating the cookies, but it doesn't have a lasting effect. So meditation, and even ASMR, for me, has a lasting effect. I feel less stressed after doing a meditation, and often it can totally change my day. Taking 5 minutes when I'm really mad at work and laying down on my bed and doing a 5-minute meditation can totally alter my day. So yes, I think it can be really beneficial for weight loss. I have also done very specific, if you go to my channel and you Google and you search weight loss meditation, I have one up there that it can be helpful. Interesting. Well, I mean, I know, Guy, that you are very in tune with the meanings behind things. So I think your meditations may have several layers, especially because you're educated to the point where a lot of these things have many, many different layers for you. So your job may be more after the meditation, digging through to figure out kind of what the lesson was. So was it because it was a good year for you? Was it because there's some fear to overcome? Like what was that? And what rings true to you when you think through all of those things? Yeah, meditation can be very good for mental health in general. I think it helps put things into perspective. It helps get outside of our thinking mind. It helps our monkey mind to stop ruminating about things, which I know I did, which I know is really common for depression. It's really common for anxiety. I'm not saying it's the cure-all. I'm not saying that if you have needed bipolar medication that, oh, you'll pick up meditation, you won't need it anymore. I'm not saying that. I've worked in mental health for many, many years, so I know that's not the case. But I do know that often several different tools all put together helped people decrease medication, help people sometimes more than medication. They just had to find the right tools for them. So yeah, I think it's really helpful. Yeah, I mean, I think, Guy, for you, it might be really useful for you to do some journaling after a meditation. Write down the things that you saw and then think about what those things symbolize for you. Because I think with the reading that you've done, that a lot of things, that the symbols may be pretty clear to you what it's trying to tell you. And it may be deeper than just what you see in meditation. I love my tribe. I have such a good tribe. And my tribe is so good to me. That's all I can say. You guys are great to me, and you give me so much support. And we're coming up on 4 years doing videos, and I'm just very, very lucky that I've had this in my life. I had a long talk with a friend today, and it got me thinking about how much having this community and having this outlet, this creative outlet that did not require me to leave the house when I had a small child, didn't require me to plan big retreats away or go somewhere else. I could do it during my free time, although finding quiet time was often a challenge. It has been really important to me. My son starts kindergarten this year, and my life is going to change quite a lot. And I'm so happy to have this to work on, that I'm not all of a sudden saying, okay, my son's in kindergarten, now what do I do? Like, I know just what I'm going to do. I have so many things I've put on the back burner until I had a little bit more time. And even though obviously I didn't put them all the way in the back burner, thank goodness, having more time will just give me more time to make things for you guys. And it's for me too. The creative outlet is really important to me. I'm glad that's helpful for you. You guys are good peeps. Does anyone want a card before I call it a night? I'd be happy to. So it's the 1st of July. So I think the cards tonight are probably for, again, I don't tend to use cards as predictive. I tend to use them as goal setting or as things to think about. So I think I'm going to pick, what are some things to be thinking about this month? What are some directions you may need to go? So time flies by. All right, Tom. Tom has the 6 of Pentacles. So this is about resources. And so it is about either having or not having resources. So what are the things that you either have that you may be using more, that you need to use more, the knowledge that you have, or what are resources that you may need to seek out some more? I know I'm doing a lot of seeking lately because, again, I know very little about running a business, and I really needed education on that. So I'm taking some courses and listening to a lot of podcasts and things like that. So I'm seeking knowledge. And is there some place where you have knowledge that you're not using it? Or is there some place where you need to seek some more knowledge this month? All right, let's pull a card for Jacqueline. And Jacqueline, do reach out to me, please. The High Priestess. There she is. So the High Priestess is often about mystery. And for you, I think it may be, we have a new moon coming up on Monday. And I think for a lot of us, things that have been unclear are going to start becoming clear. I think this is kind of a big weekend of things that we haven't been sure how to proceed are going to become clear. So this month, you may, over the next week or so, something you may have been struggling with, it may become clear how to act. So don't jump on it right away. Give a little bit of time to kind of see what comes to you, and maybe do some more meditations so that it opens up the channels for things to come to you. And then later in the month, it may become clear how you need to act. Hope that makes sense to you. You may know exactly what the issue is. So I'm going to pull a card for Shannon. Shannon has the Two of Wands. Can you see that? They're a little bit glary. So the Two of Wands is about originality and being, I always think of the Two of Wands as not being afraid to be different. So there may be something that you've been thinking of doing, but are afraid of what other people will think about it. So this is the time to be bold and to do what you need to do for you. To heal what other people think. So, will I get the Pentacles? You do. Pentacles are earth, so you may be very grounded, or that may be where you need to focus your energy right now, as on grounding on this earth. So, all right, Guy, you haven't asked for one, but I'm going to pull one for you anyway. So, Five of Cups. I've been pulling the Five of Cups a lot. And that is about making sure that you don't have any regrets. And that's actually a really good thing to talk about a little bit. So one of my mantras lately, especially when I'm trying to make decisions, are, what will I regret more? Will I regret not doing this thing, or will I regret doing this thing? And I know that can seem really simplistic. And I know that often, people say, oh, well, you're always going to say, I'll regret not doing this thing. But sometimes that's not true. Sometimes you'll regret doing that thing, that's not the best move for you. So I try not to think, because I thought race often, and I will take, even just something like cleaning my house, and I will walk through every step in my brain over and over until I've cleaned my house 12 times in my brain before I've even started cleaning my house, and I'm exhausted. So I've had to work very hard to stop doing that. And that's one of the reasons why I try to focus on regret, because that takes me out of, oh, but this is going to be hard and that's going to be hard and I'm already tired just thinking about it. It's, will I regret not having done that? Or will I regret having made that decision and done that? Instead of trying to get myself out of thinking through all of the steps, which is always exhausting. So, I think that may be it. I mean, again, you've had some kind of big things happen in the past year or so. So you're at kind of a pivotal time in your life where you're making decisions about knowledge and what you're going to do with it. Oh, there you go. Two of Wands. Do the acoustic thing. You can be lots of different things. You don't have to just be one. And it might take people a little bit of time to get used to this new part of you. But we don't have to be all one thing. So, yeah, go for it. That's what that card's saying. So, and you can try it out little by little. You don't have to jump, feet first. Yeah. I think a lot of us with anxiety, one of the reasons we have anxiety is because we are walking through all the possibilities all the time. I have conversations with people in my head. That's one of the reasons why I knew I'd be able to do the meditations, because I have full conversations with people in my head all the time. I do it less so now, but especially when I was younger and I would worry about things that I had to say to people, I would have those conversations over and over and over and over in my head. And I wouldn't be able to go to sleep at night because I'd be having those conversations over and over and over in my head. And as much as those are uncomfortable, it's very similar to kind of what happens in meditation for me. It's that same sort of feeling, although again, it's not stressful. So No Regrets for Our Youth. Oh, I don't know that movie. And I bet it's not the happiest movie in the world. Say, yeah. So Guy, it's really, really hard. My husband will joke with me because I will pack my bags for a big trip at least a week before. And he'll say, why are you doing that? You have plenty of time. And I'll say, because I've already packed it 20 times in my head and I just want to pack it so I can stop thinking about it. So meditation has helped me. Writing lists has helped me. I've gotten better. But yeah, it's really, mindfulness has been an ongoing project of mine. So I am a student as much as sort of a participant in these. All right. Bye, Shannon. Say goodnight to your kiddos for me. I love having parents on here too. That's nice. Bye, everybody. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll check it out. Oh, no. It was that. I was getting ready to call it a night. So I'm going to do a little bit more healing. And just leave it at that. I think that's a very nice way to leave it. So, Jacqueline, I'm going to do this a little bit like I do healing videos for people. So I'll do a little bit of the chakra healings, okay? So if you all want to just do this with me, take a few deep breaths. And we'll start with your root chakra. When I do these personally, I'm often able to see what the blockages are and to maybe talk through what the issues may be. For right now, I'm just going to clear them as much as I can. And so we're going to pull up source energy from below, and we're going to blast that root chakra. It is a red disc right at the base of your tailbone. It's issues of safety and security. Beautiful. Okay. And moving up to your sacral chakra. It's an orange disc, about an inch below your navel. Kind of dark. So let's have you breathe out as I breathe in. See if we can release some of that energy. It is fine. If this just works for relaxation for you, that's okay. That's a great benefit as well. All right, we're going to pull that source energy up again through your root chakra to your sacral chakra. Just blasting that orange disc. That is issues of fertility of all kinds. So it can be children, but it can also just be what you bring into this world. So creative endeavors, projects at work, relationships are also something that you foster and you work on. Okay, and let's move up to your solar plexus. This is right at the base of your rib cage. While we've got source energy, let's pull that up just to brighten that up a little bit. This is the yellow disc, and it is issues of power and control. It is knowing your power and feeling that power. Very good. Okay. moving up to your heart chakra. So this is a green disc, the center of your chest, parallel with your heart. It's issues of love. And let's pull up source energy again through your root, sacral, solar plexus to your heart, blasting that green disc, brightening it up. Beautiful. Lovely. All right, and let's keep pulling that up to your throat chakra, which is a blue disc right at your throat. It's issues of communication. It's rather dark, so let's let the source energy really do the work for us and blast that throat chakra. It's communication, but it's also setting boundaries and speaking your truth, which is hard to do sometimes. That looks better. Good. All right, let's move up to your third eye. Right there. In the center of your skull, where your pineal gland is. This is intuition. So this is an indigo disc. This is when spirit talks to you, and if you are listening. So let's pull that source energy up again. Root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, to your third eye. Very nice. Beautiful. Okay, and let's bring that source energy up all the way to your crown chakra. It's a violet disc that just touches the top of your scalp. And it is your connection directly with spirit. So this is you talking to spirit. And that is beautiful too. Okay. And let's pull down the energy from above again, which we've done before. And this is a silvery disc. It's a little bit stronger and will help to clean out any blockages that it can. So bring that down through your crown chakra, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral chakra, and down to your root chakra. Now you have this energy from below, this energy from above, just filling your body. And now I want you to send it out all around you like an egg. And again, we're going to turn that a beautiful blue light. Make sure it's behind you and to the sides, above you, below you. And now we're going to send that energy out all around you, the people around you, to your home, to your work, to your family. Then blast it out even farther to all the possibilities. And that's a little bit of healing for all of you, and I hope it helps. I really do. So take that relaxation with you into the weekend. The nice thing is you can use it again. So look at when this healing started. Go back and listen to it again if you would like. And the nice thing is we all got the healing of everyone here, not just me. So it's a lot more energy than we usually get, which is wonderful. So, all right. Again, I hope this was helpful. I'm so thankful that you guys are here. I'm feeling nice and relaxed now and ready to head off into the weekend. So I hope you are too. And I think that's it. So have a great one. Have a good beginning of July. If you're interested, I have up on my blog the energies for July. I like to pull a card for every day of the month just to help set goals and think of how those energies would move me forward this month. I'm glad you liked it. Good night, Tom. Good night, Guy. Good night, Jacqueline. Have a wonderful evening. And I will probably be back same time, same place next week.